We must all either wear out or rust out, every one of us. My choice is to wear out. Theodore Roosevelt. Last episode, we sailed to St. Thomas to have the water maker fixed. We then stopped by to see our friends at Marina Pescaderia and get some fuel before starting our long sail back to Nettles Island. Soon after we started our journey from Puerto Real, Lisa jumped in the water to see if our propeller was fouled again.
Did you check the other side?
Yeah, there's nothing down there. I'm gonna go up further real quick.
Okay.
After she finished her dip in the deep blue, we sailed on towards the States.
So it is the beginning of day 2 for our passage from Puerto Rico to Florida. It took us 7 days to go from St. Thomas to Florida when I sailed with Asante and Teddy J and Jesse and those guys. This time it's actually still supposed to take us like 6 days to get to Florida from Puerto Rico, which is a little bit closer than St. Thomas is. But we are going to Stewart, which is a little bit farther north, so it seems like it cancels out. That, and we have terrible winds for sailing this time. The true wind now is, I think, 1.3 knots when I last looked. You can see behind me the ocean is pretty much calm. There's a nice little swell that's coming along with us, so that's good. That pushes us a bit. And we're just now passing the Dominican Republic, going north of Cuba, and then when we get close to Florida, we'll jump on the Gulf Stream and head north into there. We are going to Stewart to put the boat up. Lisa's going to stay back at Nettles for a little while I go up to Rhode Island to the Irish School to learn a little bit about marine technician stuff. It's like fiberglass repair, engines, etc. So I'm going to go do that for a few months while she hangs out in Florida. She's probably going to try to get a job at West Marine, maybe buy some boat parts, because Lord knows we're always in the need for boat parts. That's kind of where we are right now. Starting of day 2 in the morning. The sun's just now coming up.
Oh my God, there is several dolphins or whales. I think they're whales. Oh my gosh, can you guys see this? Holy smokes. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 whales.
So we found a pod of whales, and Lisa is in the ocean in like 3,000 feet of water, trying to swim over to these whales and check them out with the GoPro. And I am on the boat ready to come get her. There are a couple of these small whales, but there is 2 adult humpbacks around here as well. They're like swimming with the other whales. I didn't know they did that, but that's kind of neat. So there's Lisa in the middle of the ocean, swimming around with the snorkel, playing with the whales. I gotta go steer the boat real quick. And it looks like Lisa's coming back in, so I'm gonna set the camera down as our boat jibes and try to pick her up. You got the rope? They're like right there too. There's a big pot of them.
What?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them?
Yeah.
That was the coolest thing ever.
The humpback is over there too.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah. Could you actually see them underwater?
Yeah. They were just hanging out down there and they were just floating. They weren't eating or anything. And I'm like, oh, they were all watching me. And I'm like, so then I started to swim away.
Holy shit, he's coming right to us. The humpback. Get underwater and look at him. Put your mask on real quick. He is right there.
Oh my God.
Just get under and look at it.
As the giant humpback whale swam slowly underneath Unwritten Timeline, Lisa filmed up close and personal.
Holy shit, he's right there, isn't he? I think I can see the white. I don't know if you can see this white on the camera, but that is the whale right underneath this. I am 90% sure. I think he is upside down. I think that's his tail fin, from what I can tell. Hopefully Lisa is getting some of this on camera. And there's another one.
Shit!
He's checking us out, they do that. He's still looking. He's coming back up to look again. Holy cow, look how huge this thing is. He is hanging out right there. We have our engines off, we're just kind of drifting around in a circle.
I don't think I got the baby. That was so ridiculous.
He's still,
Oh my God.
he's still swimming around here, checking us out.
He is?
Yep.
Yeah, the mama went back this way.
Yeah, there's a big one here. It's the one that was like spy hopping where they stick their nose up.
Yeah. Oh, I can see the white fin.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy?
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Yeah, they're checking us out. They're like, what is this? What kind of whale is this? What is this?
Oh, there's one. It's like a pair. It's like a mated pair.
Yeah.
Because this one right next to us is big too.
Yeah, I saw two big ones and a baby humpback. And then they, whatever, I don't know if it was pilot. It looks
Yeah.
like the pilot whale, but you were saying something with an M.
Yeah, I don't know what they are. They could be pilot whales. I have no idea.
That is flippin' incredible. You should have jumped in. I just swam with whales, like 20 million whales. Okay, maybe 20, not 20 million, but I just swam with whales. That is awesome.
Was that fun?
Oh my God, that
There he
was
is.
incredible. That was so incredible. Oh my gosh. What's that? Is that the tender?
I don't know. It could be. Who knows?
Do you want to jump in?
No, I'm good.
I didn't see anyone. I didn't see any of them feeding. I
Yeah.
just saw them swimming and watching me. They're like, what is this?
A lot of times when they're in warm water, they don't feed constantly.
Yeah.
They just do that when they're in Alaska. Down here, they're like giving birth and different things.
Oh my God. How incredible would that have been if I saw a whale giving birth to a calf? I would have peed my pants in the water. I just would have just flipped out. I'm flipping out now. That's so incredible.
There he goes, his tail. Oh, fooled me.
We soon had Unwritten Timeline back underway, leaving the whales in our wake.
This has been one of the most incredible days. This is our second day, second night since we left Puerto Rico and we're on our way to Florida. David, after working 6 months in Alaska doing whale watching tours, was able to spot several pods of whales. And he's like, do you want to jump in? Heck, yes I do. We were in 10,000 feet of water in the Caribbean Sea, and I got to see up close and personal a small whale, which we have to wait until we get internet to find out what type of whale it was. Kind of looked like little pilot whales, but we have to confirm that. And then like 3 humpback whales. And it was a mama, a papa, and a baby. It was a little family of whales. That's my story, I'm sticking to it. But it was the most incredible day. I cannot tell you how blessed I feel being able to to live this lifestyle, to see these things in person, to feel, touch, smell, film. It's amazing. This last month has been so incredible. I'm speechless. I don't have the words to describe and explain what I've seen and what we've done. I'm so excited for you guys to get to see this in future episodes, where we hiked a volcano and got a personal tour on another volcano in an exclusion zone, and botanical gardens in Guadalupe. It's breathtaking and speechless. I'm seriously blessed and couldn't be happier.
When we do overnight passages, Lisa and I usually do 3-hour shifts. When we change shifts, we usually give a little update on how things are and what's going on around us, so the person coming on can quickly know what's happening.
So we just picked up a little bit more wind speed.
Okay.
Because it did die down to about 12. As you can see, well, it was 13. So right now it's bouncing around 15, 16 knots. That I still have the wind vane angle at 62 degrees starboard. I changed it. I went slowly down to 61, 60, but it was banging a little bit too more. So this is a good heading or good angle. And then the heading was around 265, so the wind must have shifted just a tad, because now it's around 268 degrees true.
Before the sun went down, how was the storm looking? Does it look like we're starting to go past it?
Yeah, it didn't look like a storm at all.
Oh, okay.
You could see the sun setting.
Oh, okay.
And the cloud, it was red. It was red sky. So, we were doing like 5.5 knots. Currently, we are almost 7 knots. Speed over horizon. So that's pretty exciting. That's good. I have not seen any other ships except for the cargo ship that was at our stern like forever ago. Other than that, I haven't seen anything on AIS, and I haven't seen anything visually yet either. Engines are off. I don't have the lights on. I figure if we turn them on, we can turn the lights on I do have the tricolor lights on, which you know. And I think that's it. Do you have any questions? Oh. All right. Tag, you're it.
Okay. You want your drink or you can leave it out here?
I'm gonna leave it out there.
Yeah.
Oh, I just turned it on for
This is good. You ready for your shift?
Yes.
You got your long sleeve shirt on?
Yes, it's chilly. What's it going on, Big Daddy?
Not much.
Did you see anything?
No, there's no ships around at all. I checked radar, nothing on AIS or outside. Moon's out pretty good so you can see everything.
Okay, yeah.
I changed it to 65 degrees off the wind, just to kind of get a little better speed. It seems to be working out. The winds are anywhere between 15 and 20. They'll go up to 20 for a few minutes. Actually, not even a few minutes, more like a few seconds, and then they'll come back down. Still going about 270. We actually just started getting back to 270 earlier. That's cold.
I told you, huh? You didn't believe me, did ya? So the winds are finally dying. And the waves, we were like, they die down and then it's like they come in spurts, kind of with the wind also. Because just like 10 minutes ago. Good morning, my friends. We are coming on day 3 of our 5 to 7 day passage, depending on how long it takes us to go to Puerto Rico to Florida. So this is morning 3, 0500. I just started my next 3-hour shift. David's laying down. I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an update of where we're at. So we are motor sailing. We're doing 7 knots. Our VMG, and we have about 14 knots of wind. We're using the mainsail and the head sail and one of the engines. So, and we're averaging anywhere between 6-7 knots. If the winds gust up to 15, then we'll get 8 knots of speed out of her, our old girl. But some of the exciting things, I just came on, so I'm still waking up, all the babbling, that's why. One of the things that I was wanting to tell you guys about, this has been a really exciting passage. The first night I was on watch and I'm listening to the VHF. Okay, I'm tired. I was listening to the VHF. And there was a cargo ship called Holland Pearl and the U.S. Coast Guard having a conversation back and forth. Apparently, there was a man on a paddleboard in the Caribbean Sea. He was at least 6, 7, maybe 10 miles from land on a paddleboard in the middle of the night. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So the Coast Guard was asking this cargo ship to pick up, to try and find this person with the distress signal that they had heard about. And they were trying to find them, so I was hearing the conversation. They finally found the guy. Then the conversation went into bringing the man aboard. Could he swim to the ladder? Nope, that wasn't going to happen. I don't know how long he had been out there. And then apparently he was French. He spoke French. The cargo ship, they spoke English. I don't know if they spoke any other language, but apparently they did not have anyone that spoke French. So the Coast Guard had to get a translator that spoke French, and they did all that on the radio. And it was so interesting hearing all this stuff. And it just makes you wonder, like, what in the heck is a guy doing out there in the middle of the night with a paddleboard? We were not too far from the Dominican Republic. So my thoughts are, was he paddling away from the Dominican Republic? I don't know. But that was night 1. Then day 2, yesterday, I got to swim with whales. Are you kidding me? That was the most exciting thing I have ever experienced in my life. That was amazing. I was swimming with a humpback whale that was no more than like 4 feet from me. She was swimming right up to me, taking a look at me and the boat. It was incredible. And tonight, it's been pretty quiet. Nothing exciting yet. We are gonna have to jibe in about 2.5 hours. But David is going to do his little sleep, take a shower, and then come up and we're gonna jibe.
What's going on?
Alright, so
Over a long passage, you start to live your days in 3-hour rotations. You run the boat for 3 hours while you're on shift. When you're off shift, you clean up, have a meal, relax or sleep a little, listen to a podcast, or read a book. It can be a little monotonous, but sometimes you do get to break it up by swimming with whales, so it's not so bad.
It looks like Bastette's having fun.
she's saying, giddy up! No, she's not. She's like, oh my god, stop rocking. Make it stop.
We've had like 3 days of a good sail, and now this. She's done.
No rocking. Not a fan of the rock and roll. Yeah, I'm not a fan. She's sick of mama right now.
I bet.
Eventually, we made our way north of Cuba into the Gulf Stream along Florida's east coast to see our last sunset of the trip.
We're doing over 10 knots, and it feels like we're just sitting still out here in the middle of the Gulf Stream with a wind behind us, a following sea. It's great. It's the best way to get home there is. Nice and smooth, and 10 knots. Lisa's driving, getting ready to go under the last bridge near Jensen. It's always kind of weird going underneath bridges because even though it looks like you're going to pass, it's always a question.
Passing this last bridge and pulling into the marina would mark the end of this trip and of this sailing season. We didn't know it at the time, but the Rona would seriously change our plans for the coming months. I would work at Chapman School of Seamanship teaching for the summer before heading to Iris. Lisa would start working part-time at West Marine, and Unwritten Timeline would be stationary for the longest stretch of time since we purchased her so many years ago. But those are stories for next year. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our future journeys. We'll see you guys next time.
Ignore the clock and the things that confine me. And now I'm ready to see, I'm ready to